Last week, we finished with our first Mustang Musings assembly. Let's get a recap.
Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits. The rebels. The troublemakers. The round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
Last Thursday, we had our first Mustang Musings assembly of the year. We discussed the crazy ones on the mural in the lunchroom and learned what made them crazy. They were the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who saw things differently. We learned that about the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they changed things. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. We also concluded that the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. At Westlake STEM, we use the acronym CRAZY to describe our way of being. The C stands for curious. The R stands for respectful. The A stands for accountable. The Z stands for zero quitting. And the Y reminds us that it all begins with you. We discuss what it looks like to be STEM crazy in different areas of the building. In the auditorium, we are curious when we learn something new and when we appreciate the talents of others. We are respectful when we keep our hands, feet, and other objects to ourselves, kai-foodie. We applaud politely as appropriate, and we use appropriate language and volume. We're accountable when we take care of school property, when we enter quietly and sit with your class, and when we listen to the presenters. We show zero quit when we stay focused on the presentation. In the assembly, we discussed the cell phone policy, and we reminded students that cell phones may not be used to record video or take photographs. During class time, cell phones are to be kept in a locker or in the classroom cell phone pouch. And a visible student ID badge is required for any cell phone use. On that note, we discussed how the Westlake Student ID badge functions as your driver's license for things like cell phones, vending machines, hall passes, open gym, school lunch, Mustang market, and headphones at lunch. You must be wearing your badge around your neck to access these privileges. If you miss your badge on any given day, a temporary badge can be worn. This will give you access to use everything but your cell phone. If you want to be approved to use your cell phone in the hallways or at the lunchroom, you must have your actual badge. Although headphones are allowed at lunchtime, when you have your ID badge, they should not be visible at any other time of the day. Please make sure they are not hanging out of your shirt, or they could be confiscated. We spent a short amount of time discussing the QR code challenge and how you can earn crazy points every day. You are awarded crazy points for how quickly you move from one class to the next. If you arrive to class after we've called the transition over, you will lose 10 points and receive a tiered consequences for tardies. You can see how many crazy points you have on the Mustang Room section of the website. Your STEM crazy points can be spent at the Mustang Market on treats, pencils, notebooks, hats, sweatshirts, drinks, and more. We open the Mustang Market on Fridays beginning on September 6th. We gave out a few of our first crazy points during the intense game of Foursquare we played in the assembly. All the 8th graders earned 15 crazy points, and the 7th graders earned 30. Nice work, 7th grade. We concluded our assembly with a few reminders about the open gym. The gym is available beginning at 7 a.m. and at lunchtime. Beginning this week, you will need to be wearing your ID badge to access the gym at lunchtime. Please remember, we do not permit food, drink, or Chromebooks in the open gym. If you come into the open gym, you must be either in a seat or participating in a game. That's it. That was our first Mustang Musings Assembly of the year. We'll have our next one on Wednesday. See you then.
Thanks for those reminders.